The recent tragedy in which a freight train crashed into a public bus on a crossing in Bangkok has raised familiar concerns over road safety in Thailand. The most alarming issue in this particular case is that the train driver tested positive for drugs and does not even have a proper license to drive public trains. How can this occur? Or does Thailand simply not care about commuters' lives? These are the actions authorities have taken so far. Following the fatal crash between a freight train and a public bus on Saturday, things have not really changed. Motorists continue to violate traffic laws. Some were seen stopping their cars and buses in the middle of level crossings in heavy traffic. The only obvious changes are that the audible train alerts are louder and the yellow lines you see as you approach a level crossing to indicate where cars and motorbikes should stop have been made much more visible. Motorists who frequently pass the area where the accident occurred have revealed their safety concerns following the fatal crash. They hope that the traffic police and related officials will properly enforce the traffic laws and take action against those who violate them.
จริงๆพูดตรงๆว่าเยอะมากครับแม้กระทั่งรถไอ้ไม้กั้นมันลงไปแล้วอะครับก็ยังอันนี้ผมพูดตรงๆนะผมก็เคยมาก่อนซึ่งผมว่ามันถึงเวลาแล้วแหละที่เราจะต้องเปลี่ยนแล้วความเจ็บปวดตรงนี้ครับผมว่ามันเป็นจุดที่เราทุกคนจะต้องมาร่วมมือกันแล้วก็ทำให้สังคมมันดีขึ้น
แต่อยากให้มีความร่วมมือสำหรับคนใช้รถใช้ถนนคือเคารพตามกฎดีกว่าคือดีกว่าเกิดเหตุแล้วมาแก้แล้วก็มาสร้างกฎขึ้นมาอีกเพราะว่าทุกวันนี้กฎหมายมันก็ดีอยู่แล้วแต่คนเรามันไม่เคารพกฎกันเองเนี่ย
The train driver and the signalman stationed at the level crossing have been charged by the police with reckless driving and negligence causing death, serious injury, and property damage. The driver of the train that crashed into a bus tested positive for drugs in an initial urine test. He confessed that he used methamphetamine pills and cannabis on a regular basis. He claimed, however, that he had last used the drugs about 10 days before the fatal accident. Investigators also discovered that he faced drug-related charges in 2019. Police are not convinced by the claims and are continuing to verify the information. Meanwhile, the Transport Ministry announced that the families of the 8 people who died will receive compensation of 2.3 million baht each. Those injured will receive 130,000 baht and up to 1 million if they sustained serious injuries. The ministry has also set up an investigation panel. It is expected that its findings will be concluded within 15 days. The Bangkok Mass Transit Authority, the state bus operator, also announced that it will pay 1.5 million baht in compensation to the families of the 8 who died, and the injured will receive between 80,000 and 150,000 baht. The Royal Thai Police also announced that they are ready to coordinate with the State Railway of Thailand, the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, and other relevant agencies to overhaul safety at all level crossings in Bangkok in hope of preventing a repetition of the fatal collision. The discussions will cover all aspects of safety related to level crossings, such as the traffic flow and signaling, traffic law enforcement, and engineering aspect. While the train driver, the bus driver, or the traffic system could be to blame, there are other contributing factors to this tragedy. Looking at the intersection at Asok Dindang near the Makasan station, this is where the public bus stopped in the middle of the railway crossing and where the train crashed into the bus, killing 8 people and injuring 30 more. The factors behind the crash are not just the lack of discipline by drivers, but it also includes the traffic conditions and the physical conditions of the road and rail racks. And if you're driving or commuting in Bangkok, you will know that this is one of the worst intersections to navigate because of how congested this area is. And this is what this area looks like on a typical day. Heavy traffic jams, especially in the early morning on weekdays, with cars, buses, and motorcycles coming from various directions. When a train is approaching, however, drivers try to rush through the crossing before the barriers close. Asok Dindang is one of the busiest intersections in the city with regular heavy traffic and congestion. And not to mention that there's another intersection about 113 meters away, and this makes the congestion even worse. So if you have wondered why you still see buses and cars stopping in the middle of a crossing, even when the approaching train alerts are flashing and sounding, this might be one possible reason. Another problem that experts have identified is that the traffic lights near some of these railway crossings are not synchronized with train warning systems. As a result, motorcyclists jumping red lights and rushing across the tracks before the train arrives remains a common sight. Asok Dindang is one of the many road-rail intersections in Bangkok, and there are about 4 crossings in the city that are considered to be dangerous and at risk of fatal accidents like we saw last weekend. In addition to the crossing involved in the most recent tragedy, the other dangerous level crossings are in Rama 6, Payathai, and Rajbarop areas, and these are very close to BTS and airport link stations. So this means high congestion, regular rail traffic, and pedestrians will have to risk themselves in similar tragedies. And Bangkok is sadly infamous for road accidents and has been named as one of the world's most dangerous cities in which to drive. Road-rail accidents are not uncommon as well. Statistics from the State Railway of Thailand show that an average of 87 accidents on railway crossings are recorded each year across 2,600 railway crossings across the nation. And last year alone, 121 accidents on railway crossings were recorded, claiming 68 deaths and 186 injuries.